Alright, hello, this is um, Juno support VOD review, low gold, I think. I'm just picking this one because I don't think there's any other Juno players, and you said you lost this
One
and you
small
did
step
lose, and
at a
like blue
time.
team did lose. Alright, so for Juno, I know you asked about how do I do damage with her. A lot of her damage comes from her torpedoes, right? Especially time them right as your team goes in, and that's like free 85 damage on every single target you hit. Like 85 damage is like this much HP, right? It's like almost half of a widow. It's about a third of a squishy target. So if you're able to hit like a big torpedo and
Remember
you're
what we're
like
fighting
while your
for.
team is pushing up, it pretty much guarantees you a fight win. All right, so here I would say this pathing is definitely really scuffed, right? Because um, if you look in first point, there are there's one place where as a Juno especially you do not want to be, and that's in this middle right here, right? That's for your Sigma. That's for more of like your Sigma, right? And no one, pretty much no one else in your comp, to be honest. So, there are two options. You could go through here, and this option isn't really that good. It's kind of like a fake high ground because it's more accessible. The best pathing is to actually go through here and then hold this point because this part it's harder to get up because if the enemy wants to go up, they have to go all the way around the fight instead of just staying on point and in the fight. And since you're Juno, you can hold angles really like for example, Juno can hold angles really well, right? Because she has like crazy mobility. The only problem is that she's not able to contest angles as well, and generally that's why I play with a brig because the brigs helps you give like contest angles that otherwise you can't by yourself. And so especially against this comp, pretty much you only have to worry about the Genji, and since this is gold, like the Genji's not gonna put out enough pressure, right? Yeah, you're not. What are you doing? You're doing nothing. Like seriously. Like if I was on Juno right here, I would have already pushed up to this cover, and maybe launch a tribute, like go over here with your sig, right? Because you gain nothing from me here. In fact you actually lose it because you can only see your team, right? Um, like for example, if you're say right here, what that would do is first of all the widow wouldn't be able to see you because you're behind a wall and the widow's also behind a wall and she has to like kind of like look up at an inconvenient angle. And so what this does is it gives you a soft angle on the Widowmaker. And what it also does is it gives you more LOS on the enemies, right? Because I kind of find it hard to believe that you would outstat this when you're just kind of doing nothing, right? For speed ring, you generally want to use it to engage, and speed ring also gives speed to the people that the projectile hits, right? Because so what you want to do is you want to like shoot it at someone, even if it goes past them, they still get the speed boost. But then right here, no one's benefiting from it, right? Because
Support inbound.
torpedo usage. Tor- you use them to heal a Sigma who is using grasp and a brig that was full rally. What are you doing? Yeah, that's just a bad panic torpedo, right? Like if I'd use torpedoes there, I would probably rotate around actually and try and pressure out their DPS early. Because if you look through here, the widow is not quite set up for you yet, right? She's like right here, and especially she's like swing out all the way like around here to even see if you're out here. So just like kind of peek for a little bit, torpedoes, and then immediately go back to cover. Because what that does is it takes away a sizable amount of the enemy's HP, and also it's a better use of the torpedoes than what you just did.
I won't fix that. You're outnumbered.
Why did you stop healing? Like, there's no reason for you to stop healing. Like, I guess you're out of ammo, but you didn't even try to reload. You just kind of panicked, used your torpedoes, and you stand still in front of a widow. Like, are you kidding me? You're like you're a training bot at that point. You are like the greatest kill ever. Like if I was that widow, I'll be like jumping for joy seeing you stand still like that. you should have sped your torp about 5 seconds ago because like even if he dies, at least you tried. You didn't even try. You're leaving your team to die, and then you're wondering why they're playing like shit. Yeah, because you're not helping them play like good. Like,
We must accelerate.
pre-fight setup. Alright, where would you want to be? Pause and answer that question. So, since your team is kind of looking through here, what I'd suggest is probably like be here, maybe go around here. Because what this does is the Widow can't see you, and then this also gives like maybe like do it later in the fight. But then when this happens is they push up. This Reinhardt is too busy inting on your Sig. So what you do is you do torpedoes, do a bit of damage, distract the Reinhardt, and go back to your team, and then just keep on here. Right? Juno is so good at like weaving positions, because you can like kind of rotate between these two very quickly. Like go here, torpedo, glide booster over, and then kind of play for a healing and orbital right here. But instead you're just like kind of standing still.
Let's increase our pace.
Like again, who did you speedrun? Like, there's no reason for you to speedrun there. You didn't even hit anyone with it. Like,
Let me help.
speedrun.
The objective.
Because you see your tip, or you see your Sig pushing up, right? Generally, speedrunning, you want to use it to either enable aggro or you want to use it to deny the enemy team's aggro, right? So, like for example, like if you had like a Sig or a Ramatra, oh, my tank is going in, I should speedrun them so they can capitalize off of that opening that they saw, right? Or, hey, this Winston's, hey, like their team is pushing on us, I should use speedrunning so we can get out of here faster. You need to, speedrunning is basically used for those two situations because they're the best to play around. And you didn't like. I guess you're trying to go for the tor, but like speedrunning, I don't even know how you missed that. I'll be totally for it. Looks like you forgot about that. I don't, tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but like you just did not pay attention at all. Again, who are you torpedoing? Like your team's obviously not gonna look to go in, right? Your team's not looking to go in, and you didn't have LOS on any of the enemies. So what that does is now you can't deny their aggression with your torpedoes when they push in. Now you're just kind of left stuck with like not able to do anything. Again, you don't respect the Widow, right? I don't care if this is fucking gold. Widow doesn't hit any shots. You need to play like you're in plat or diamond, and plat and diamond they will hit their shots right here. So, like again, you push all the way out here for what? They're too far for you to hit. Like, who are you gonna hit? The Widow hiding behind the fucking bell? Like, there's no one. Literally, just stay around this corner. Look at this. You can still see your Sig, your Torp's throwing, so if he dies, it's not your fault. Okay, that was a good speedrun because you know what? Your Sig was walking in, you enabled his aggression right there.
I have arrived on point.
Attack the objective!
Move up with me.
Your Torb is on point already. I would say at this point, the second you see 2, speedrun, go help your team, right? Because like you're gonna have more impact on the fight than your Torb will. So then, like, hello? You're doing nothing. Like, I beg of you, holy shit, do something.
Advance to objective.
Addressing your injuries.
Again, you're not being aggressive enough, and you're also horrifying time. This is like, who are you healing? Like, hello, the full Sigma. Just shoot him once with your primary burst, and he's already full health.
Objective.
Like, that was a huge nothing burger. Like, imagine if you had torpedoes here. Look at this. Look at this. You have their Ana, their Brig. You have their Ana, their Brig. You can torpedo your. I don't even know who that is. Is that your? You can torpedo your Torb, Sig, your Torb and Sig. Maybe even torpedo your Moira, and you'll be able to actually do something. Like if you had torpedoed the Rhine earlier, you would like if you hadn't wasted your torpedoes on nothing, then you would have torpedoes to kill the Rhine, and then your Torb doesn't die.
That was not personal.
Again, what are you torpedoing? You're doing no damage. Like you're saying you have good stats. I don't believe you. I genuinely do not believe you. Like you're doing nothing with your damage.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Let's take on.
Hold my man.
Again, torpedoes. If there's nothing else you take from this VOD review, check your torpedoes. That's the one thing you can work on. That's like such a huge thing with Juno. Heal bonding with torpedoes is like playing BAP and never using his left click at all. Again, who are you? I guess you thought there would be more, but don't think that there would be more. Look and see if there are more people there.
Go here.
Orbital. You know why? They don't have sleep. Your Sig's looking to go in. What happens when that? What happens when your Sig goes in? Your like you absolutely fucking destroy them. Hello. Like you go in. Orbital here. All right. So Juno's always practically a free fight win, right? Because I mean, 85 healing per second and damage boost. It's crazy. It's like life retreat and it's like both Valks at the same time. So what you kind of want to do is orbital very early, so when the enemy doesn't have a chance to react, they're just kind of caught with their pants down, right? You have to be proactive. You can't wait for something to happen. You have to make things happen. Right now, all you're doing is waiting. What are you waiting for? Force their team to react. Don't force yourself to react. That was a good torpedo. It's just I'm not gonna say anything bad about it. It was good because you're trying to like stop that enemy push. It was just the right hand shield. Good torpedo. You finally did damage for once, and you were trying to use it to win to win a 2v2. And that's torpedo like basically turns the fight of it, turns the
My ultimate is
tide of a duel.
supporting a team.
Okay, that was good torpedo because you had your team there, and Ryan was kind of the tank, so he dies because of it. See, look, when you're doing like the reason why you're losing points is because you're not using your torpedoes for damage and you're using them too early in the fight. The reason you're winning is because you're using your torpedoes for damage for once in your life. And also, I could count like 3 orbital opportunities. Like, I get like you're kind of steamrolling. There's like not really like I get it too. Sometimes like you just feel like it's not early. It's not like enough into a fight. But like honestly, low key, the second the Ana casket here orbital, like if you take out even one of them, the fight's pretty much over, right? Because you already got the Widow. If you can get either the Ana or the cast, you take an ultimate out of the fight, and if you get the Ana, you even get support out of the fight, right? So I would say orbital now because look, the enemy's pushing in. Like if you orbital now, what you do is you stabilize the team fight, and you're able to punish the brig and cast for frankly playing like absolute bullshit right now. Like look at this. There's no reason for the cast to have ever dropped, and he did. You need to punish that mistake. If you don't punish it within the next 2 seconds, you already die. See? Like you just didn't read the fight. You didn't realize they were pushing onto you until you're already in spawn.
Match point. Personne
Here you
n'échappe.
need to orbital. Like, if you don't orbital this fight, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna shoot myself, and it's gonna be all your fault. If you don't orbital, I'm actually gonna crash out. Yeah, you just.
Objective unlocked.
I mean, I guess I was. Yeah, see what happens when you do an early ult. Like, look, their Rhine shattered. They're on a nano, and what happens is they won the fight because you were caught with your pants down. You need to make sure that that happens to them.
To go back out there.
Objective lost.
Let me heal you.
Match point.
I think that torpedo was okay. The way it was just absolutely cracked out.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
Objective unlocked.
And now you're AFK. Hello, like you were doing so good. Like you were playing active. You're playing active. You're trying. You're at least. It looks like you were trying. But then, what? The widow gets 2 lucky headshots, and now you're just hiding in a corner.
Watch yourself.
You're playing like a bitch. Like seriously, you need to stop that. Also, look at the timer. I noticed that you had your ult around 5 minutes. Like that's why I noticed it. That's not even when you got it. It was 5 minutes. It's been 2 fucking minutes. You could have gotten another ult by now. It's Juno. Like you get the ult so incredibly fucking fast. Yeah, you use your ult one time. Like, hello?
Please group up.
You're being so incredibly fucking passive. Like, again, you're doing nothing. You're not even like.
Feeling better?
Objective lost.
Orbital.
Match
Orbital.
point.
Let's look at this, right? I would say the second the Rhine even looks in your direction, orbital speed ring. Like you do have speed ring, right? Yeah, you do. If you speed ring right now, if you orbital speed ring right now, what happens is that gives your team such an advantage in the fight, right? And then
N'échappe à mon regard.
again, you died to a fire strike. Like you have you have your double jump, you have your gliders and your speed rings. Like just react.
Match point.
You know the Rhine is there. You saw the Rhine. Like at that point, you just have to pay attention. You're not locked in, like genuinely.
This time.
And look, you
I
didn't
have to
orbital early. You did nothing, and now you're gonna lose the match.
Good luck, everyone. Welcome to orbit.
Like this is the first time you use your ult this entire fucking match. If you'd use your ult the second you've gotten 3 ults in the exact same time. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for a 5 5 assist kill? Like, are you waiting for the greatest orbital of all time so your team wins the game and your entire team glazes you like crazy? No, just get 1 kill. Even if you get 1 or 2 kills with the ult, that's like insane value. Like, I would pray for stuff like that. And then it's just too late. Oh god, you did fucking nothing the entire match. Like, when you did something, you were winning, and then you just stopped doing stuff. I don't even like why. There's no reason for you to stop. Just I would say the one like the biggest thing you need to focus on is being proactive, right? The moments you were proactive were really good, like your torpedoes. Um, I would say your ults, but you didn't use any of your ults. And when you were inactive, right? Like for example, you used your ult 8 minutes when you already lost the game because you didn't ult earlier. And when you're playing reactively like that, it's horrifying. It's like incredibly bad to do. I would say, have you heard of Awkward? Like he makes like support. He made a support video, huge. Um, it was about how much you should DPS as a support, and the answer is unless your teammates about to die if they don't get that healing, don't heal them. Like, or you're farming for an ultimate. Yeah, that's like the only reason you should ever heal, because otherwise, then you're so focused on being the healer that you forget to support your team by getting kills, right? Like, I don't care if you have 20,000 healing. If you have less limbs than the enemy mercy, you're obviously gonna lose, right? Like you need to kill people. And instead, what you did is you just played so passively that I genuinely could have put practice. I genuinely could like probably put a training bot there, like a training bot Olari turret, and barely anything would change, right? In some moments, in other moments you did good. I would say also timing, especially for your torpedo, because you always use them like just to heal, or you use them to um, what's it called? Use them to heal, and you use them too early in the fight, right? You use them when you can't even see the enemy team. Like that's the most basic thing. Use your abilities when your team is going in and you can see the enemy team, right? Otherwise, you're just like kind of throwing, right? So what you have to do is you have to kind of time them at the same time your team pushes in, preferably from an angle, but that's not really something you have to worry about. And you also have to hit the enemies, right? But then, like, as long as you try, I don't really care if you don't hit the enemies. You just have to try to hit the enemies, right? I would say your aim is it's okay, especially for gold. You're at least like hitting some of your healing shots. I don't know about your damage shots. I wasn't really paying attention to that. Yeah, but it's like you have to be proactive and you have to be good with your timing. Like timing, especially with your torpedoes. Like torpedoes do so much pressure, you're wasting them every single fight you lose. All right, that's it.